The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not reflect those of Entrepreneur Editing or Divine Media Galaxy. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is Outside Looking In.
Boy, EzthePro, and y'all watching Outside Looking In. Y'all tap in, man. Let's get it.
Go ahead and disregard the case. We got him. And, send it down with the city. Out there. Yeah, 25, let's check out.
Oh, there you go. Stop playing.
We got 1, 2, 3, really action folk.
Right there. That shit I ain't got no hygiene. Look, okay, there's my toothpaste.
So let's stop this new wave slavery and make a change for the youth.
Shout out EzthePro, it's your boy Eggs. Y'all watching Outside Looking In, tap in.
Recognizing the potential for new beginnings, a change is a must to succeed. Let's see what TDCJ has to offer and why you shouldn't break the law.
What's up, everybody? I am your host, Mr. Spider Goodfella, and you're tuned in to another episode of Outside Looking In. And I have the great privilege to sit down with the homie EzthePro. Man, what's going on, bro?
What's good,
Go ahead and
man?
make your introduction. Tell people, man, get your name out there. Tell them where you're from, what you got going on, and how you feeling today.
My name's EzthePro, and I'm a producer. I'm actually an executive producer. I'm a CEO, owner of Easily Influenced Productions, and I work on music. And I'm from Dallas, Texas, Old East Dallas to be exact. And yeah, man, you know, we out here making moves, man. You know, we out here trying to, you know, elevate and just, you know, pursue our passions.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. Just had the homie Proverb on the mic the other day, man. Super cool cat, man. Every time I see him, he's a ball of life, man. You know what I'm saying? What you guys got going on is pretty dope, man. I've been blessed to be on behind the scenes of be seeing y'all work and all the music y'all been doing. So that's pretty dope, man. So first and foremost, let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. Let's talk about, first of all, how much time did you end up doing in the penitentiary?
I ended up, to be exact, I did 10 years and 8 months.
So let's talk about your case, man. What exactly did you end up doing that ended up getting you sent to a penitentiary?
Well, you know, I'm not gonna get into too many details about it, but, you know, basically, I shot at somebody and, you know, they ain't make it, you know, but, you know, it was a complicated situation because, you know, they were shooting at me too, and it was crazy, man. But I ended up getting 20 years. First I had murder. When I was in county, I was fighting my case for murder. They were trying to offer me 60 years. And you know, it was 5 to 99, you know, so I could have got anything in between. And I ended up, my lawyer ended up dropping my charge to manslaughter. But unfortunately, they gave me 20 years. They maxed me out, and I'm currently still on parole. So.
So let's talk about the first ID unit you end up hitting. First, well, I like to jump the gun, right? But going to prison, you get those 20 years, man. What are some of the thoughts that go off in your head, bro?
Well, man, around that time, I felt like the world was over, you know what I'm saying? 20 years seems like a long ass time. I was like, damn, what if I don't make my first parole? All these thoughts go through your head, you know? I'm like, damn, what if I get out to that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be old, and, you know, it seemed like a long ass time, you know? So I was just like, fuck it, I mean, it's just gonna be my world for the meantime, so I'm just gonna have to adjust to it.
So were you, given the situation that you ended up in the shootout and, you know, the person lost their life, were you an active person in the streets, or were you gang related, or did you run with a specific crowd?
Really, man, like, I was about my money, man. I was a hustler, you know what I mean? And I just got into a situation. I got put in the middle of a situation where somebody didn't handle what they didn't take care of what they had to take care of, and unfortunately the problem came to me. And you know, I was real, like, I was in the streets. I wasn't looking for trouble. I never been a person that starts trouble, but it came to me, and I just, you know, I ended up taking care of it. I defended myself, but I was just really a hustler. I was out here, you know, trying to, you know.
Now, did you ever have the premonition that, man, I'm gonna go to prison one day?
Yeah, I already knew I was. I knew I was. I mean, ever since I was young, because I got my first felony when I was 17 years old. I was breaking into cars, stealing cars, and, you know, and like, even when I got older, I already knew I was gonna go to prison one day, but I didn't think I was gonna go to prison that long. You know.
Now you get this dub, bro, and you're about to head to the prison. What are some of the stories that you're hearing about prison?
I mean, I was laced up when I was in prison. There was a lot of old school homeboys.
Oh, so you didn't really know how things went until you got there?
Nah, actually, I kind of did, because like I said, when I was in county jail, a lot of old school homeboys that did time, they kind of told me how it is now, what to do, what not to do.
Wash my clothes, bitch. Hurry your bitch ass up, ho.
So, man, you get the Wallace unit, and let's talk about your first day, man. When you get off that bus, you got people pressing you? Like, what kind of pressure did you get from Wallace?
Well, when I got there, you know, it was only like 4 of us, you know what I'm saying? And I was the only Mexican. It was 3 black dudes, and I was the only Mexican. So and they had us handcuffed or whatever. And we went to the cage, which is line building, you know, where they got the cages at, and see Wallace unit is wide open. It's you know, it's kind of like how Smith unit is, like it's wide open, you know. So you walk in, and then you got rec yards and all that. But you know, when you walking in, everybody's looking, everybody's in the rec yard is looking, and you know what I'm saying. And we go to the cage, and I'm just sitting there, just peeping game, like, damn, this is where I'm gonna be at, you know what I'm saying. And like, when, you know, they give us our housing, they give us our mat, you know, we got to carry our bags, we got to carry our mat and all that. So, you know what I'm saying, and I'm already tired, so it's like, damn, you know, I got to carry all this, and I already know I got to go in and deal with the bullshit that, you know, I already know they finna hit me up, because like I said, I got laced up. I was already ready, like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? And
so when you say they finna hit you up, you talking about?
Yeah, like the blast. Okay. Yeah, because you know I'm from D-Town. I'm from that.
So did you end up blasted, or what you end up doing?
Well, I ended up being solo. I was Ken Solano.
Okay, you say solo. Yeah. What was that like, man? Doing your time in Wallace as a Solano?
I mean, at first, you know what I'm saying? Like, people gonna look at you a certain way and all that, but at the end of the day, they're really gonna see where you, like, how you really are. You know what I'm saying? They knew I was down, because over time, you know, things popped off and shit like that, and I was there in the front line, you know what I'm saying? And you know, and you know, they seen how I was, and like, you know, they checked me and all that. So
you say good. Check you talking about like a heart check?
Like a heart check, yeah.
So
everybody got a heart check.
I have heard a lot of people say that no matter who you are, you hit TDC, you'll get a heart check. Yeah. So you being from D-Town, only D-Town could touch you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Well, see, when I got there wasn't too many D-Towns in my dorm, so I was actually checked by some Houston cats. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I've never had a conversation with somebody who got a solo check, right?
Yeah.
Is that something that's similar to a Thongo Blast heart check, or is it discretionary? Like, what do those things look
It's
like?
just to see where you at, see if you fold up or not, you know, because
So
a lot of people go in there and you know, they say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be solo, and they think they're good, but nah, you still gonna get checked no matter what. Like, I don't know, just reason I made that decision, cause I want to stay away from all the politics shit. And like I said, when I was in county, I got laced up by OGs, by OG homeboys.
Yeah.
They were like, look, man, just go down there, do your time, and just stay down. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to fight with yourself. At the end of the day, you're your own man. And like whatever comes with it, you know, and you might, and you know, it's gonna be extra pressure on you because you solo. So it's like I was like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm gonna take whatever, and you know, take whatever comes with it. You know?
For you, man, your solo check, what did that look like? How many did you have to fade? Like, did you have a lineup? Did you have?
Nah, we just really just 2-on-1.
2-on-1?
Yeah, 2-on-1. That was it.
So did you get out the way like day one?
Nah. We actually waited a couple months because around that time it was real hot. Even the homeboys, like even the blast dudes, when they were coming in, like they had to wait because there was a lot going on. You know, people, you know, because it was like really cracking down on that. It was, I don't know, they waited. You know, everybody was waiting. You know, because there was people there when I got there. They were waiting on theirs, but at the same time, you know, they're still gonna see where you at though. They're gonna hit you up. They're gonna act like they're gonna do it, and that's when, because I seen like even after I came in, like I seen people like catch out, you know, and leave the unit because, you know, they just really like they broke them with their head. You know what I mean? They broke they used
they're defeated already. Yeah,
they already defeated. You know, mentally. Yeah.
So before you ever got your heart check, man, did you have any kind of conflict with somebody in there? Did you have any kind of issues?
I mean, there was a few people that.
I mean, because you know you're being solo. Now you're not really riding with anybody.
Yeah. I mean, they still welcome me because, like I said, the way I was. But I mean, I could tell some of them, they were like, man, this nigga, you know. But you know, like they ain't say nothing, you know. And like I said, you know, I didn't come in there trying to be hard, trying to be stiff. I was just being myself. I'm a laid back dude, but I was ready to. Me and my mentality, I was ready to fuck. Like I was ready to crash out.
You were ready to go, yeah, crash out.
I was ready to go because I just had a 20-year sentence, and I was like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying. Then on top of that, when I got there, one of my homies, he gave me a pico, you know what I'm saying. So I was ready.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying.
Dang. So let's talk about this heart check, bro. Like, what happened the day of, like
when I got there?
No, I'm talking about the day that you got your heart check, like leading up to that point. So, you know, what did that look like? Like, did they wake you up early in the morning? Hey, man, they running child. Let's go get that out the way.
Yeah, it was around lunchtime, and I mean they told me in the morning, you know, be ready or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool, you know.
You remember who you fought? Like the guys that you fought?
Yeah, I remember.
Let's talk about that fight, man. How was it? Did you get the upper hand? Did they get the best?
I mean, they got me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, it's two people against one. You know, I ain't no fucking professional boxer, but I was going in. You know, I'm not. You know, I got a little weight on me. I could hit. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't no, because there's motherfuckers in there they box in the free world. They train. And I mean, I did, you know, when I was in county, I did do a little sparring and shit like that. People, you know, training me and shit. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I went in, you know.
So you faded two guys at the same time?
Yeah.
Like you fought two guys at the same time?
Yes, sir.
For how long? How long was that?
It was
fight?
about like a minute and about 15 seconds. But that shit was so fast, like like by the time it was done, I was like, oh shit, that was it. But I mean, of course I ain't say it because I'm like, what, nigga? You know what I mean? So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So did you leave? Did you bruise, break anything?
I mean, I just had like a couple knots on the side of my head. Luckily I wasn't cut up or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have got popped, but I just got I got knots on the side of my head, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of bruised up a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like
I was really just blocking myself, and like, you know, I kind of, like I said, you know, my homeboys in the county, they kind of trained me a little bit, you know, and like, I mean, of course, you know, you got the rule, you can't look down, you can't.
Yeah, you can't put your head down.
You
can't make noises and all that. Yeah. I've heard it all, man. But so, do you feel that there was a change in the way people looked at you after you faded that heart check?
I mean, yeah, cause like I said, you know, a lot of people cause there was people that came in there, and like It's crazy because I seen people they wanted to blast and they get their heart checked and they end up getting broke.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, what does that look like, bro? Like, I hear a lot of stories. But from your perspective, what did you see when you see those guys going there?
I was just surprised because it's like, you know, when they came in, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I'm hard. Like, you know, they acting hard. Like, I'm ready to blast on boy. Ooh. They all inked up in the face and this and that. And they go in there and next you know they come out and then the homie was like, man, they broke his ass. Ooh, they broke that nigga. Ooh. Next you know he's either catching out or they're gonna he's gonna be paying. He's gonna be a chava.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people hear about that word, chava.
Chava, man. So, I mean, for the people that just tuned in now, I mean, we've done a couple of episodes and you know, some of the guys that's been on the show have used that word.
Yeah.
But we never really dove into that word. So what's a chava, bro?
A chava, man.
Is it short? It's short, right? Or it's just
chava? Yeah, it's just chava, man. It's like it's basically somebody that's not. He's not an alpha male. He's he's not standing up for himself. You know, he let these other men dictate him what to do, and he does it. And like, you know, if he's not making store, they're gonna make him wash clothes. They're just gonna treat him like shit. They're gonna treat him like a little bitch. And that's really what it is. Chava is like a little bitch. Like, you didn't stand up for yourself. So, you know, you're gonna have that jacket on you. And it's a bad jacket to have in prison, especially in prison. Like every day waking up knowing that you're like, a chava is like, I don't know how the fuck they could live like that. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, I get that, bro. Like, one thing about me, bro, I'm big on respect, and one thing I won't allow is disrespect. I could never find myself being comfortable. If I don't like the law telling me what to do, what makes me think I'm gonna be okay with another man telling me what to do? Yeah, man. So that's hey, man, that's a reality that a lot of these people out here in the streets, they don't know and understand that, you know, you may be hard in the streets because you got money, you got weapons, you got people. Prison is just you and your hands.
Yeah, that's it. And then like, and I seen that a lot, man. I seen a lot of people go in that they use money as a shield.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they feel like, oh yeah, I got money, I could buy my way, but nah, even all that don't matter, bro. You ain't got no guns. The money is having soups and commissary, so it's like, it's all about your manhood in your hands, like you said. Like, I mean, you don't have to be a fucking UFC fighter, but still you gotta at least defend yourself, at least have some strength to defend yourself. Because if you don't have that, then I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, you know, another man can't save you. You gotta do it on your own.
So have you ever seen a chava try to take back his manhood or try to stand up, try to fight back?
Yeah, I seen it a few times, but it didn't go good.
It didn't go good? So what happened, bro? Like, what did you see?
I know one time, there was this one, he was a chava, right, for like a couple months. And I guess he just got tired of it and like, they was telling him like, bitch, you better wash our clothes. And he just got tired of it. He was like, nah, I ain't doing shit. And he was like, well, you gotta go. He was like, if you don't go, you already know what time it is. We're gonna smash you.
Yeah.
And he didn't wanna go. I was like, oh shit. And they went up in the cell and fucked him up. They took all his shit, his radio, everything. They fucked him up. Yeah, man,
so what happened?
They took his shit, they went in the cell. You know, of course, they told his cellie, hey, bro, step out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They fucked him up. They took all his, I mean, he didn't really have that much commissary because he didn't really go to the store, but they took all his belongings and they took his phone. I was kind of fucked up because I was like, damn, they took his photos, like his family pictures, like they took everything.
Like that's violation of the worst kind right there.
Yeah, because you know, like, I mean, there was like people saying that, you know, his girl was bad and this and that. Like one of them guys took the man's photos and I guess kept them pictures. Like, damn, how crazy the motherfucker. Like, but they took his radio, his hot pot, all that shit, and they fucked him up. And then, you know, the COs came and got him and shit.
Whatever happened to that guy, man? I mean, you said they messed him up and everything.
Yeah, they fucked. I mean, I don't know.
Did he suffer any broken noses, broken collarbone?
Yeah, he was fucked up. Like, I mean, he wasn't that fucked up, but like, I mean, he was leaking and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he couldn't fight. He couldn't defend himself. And yeah, they
Now in a situation like that, bro. Like, I mean, cause God, man, you got a bunch of guys rushing in the cell, beating you up, and this cell is small.
Yeah.
You know. And most of the time, they're gonna catch you slipping. They're gonna catch you off guard, and they're gonna rush you, and you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Did the guy start screaming? Did he start screaming for help?
Nah, he was just like like he's you know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't screaming, but you could tell like he was feeling that pain.
Yeah.
You know, because we was all in the day room. I was right there, just like damn, like I mean, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? We just there like, oh shit. Fuck it.
So I typically always ask this people. I always ask this question with everybody, man, because there's always a lot of conversation about racial tension in the penitentiary, right? Now, for you, your experience, you know, the blast approached you, and I know that it's very segregated in there. Was that the same thing? Was the culture the same for you when you got in there?
I mean, yeah, I mean, prison's always gonna be segregated no matter what, but like, you know, us in the younger generation, we kind of grew up around each other, like especially the blacks.
Yeah.
You know, like we all grew up around each other, but of course, you know, when you go in there, you know, it's kind of segregated. But I mean, we still fuck with each other. We say what's up. You know, there's people from South Dallas or the Grove, like, hey man, what's up, man? You know this person, whatever. Everybody was cool, but at the end of the day, when shit got real, I mean, you already know who you gonna go with. You know what I'm saying? You gonna ride with your people or whatever.
All the trays on the run. Hard meals on the run. What happened to your rice? Snacks ain't get hit. We're gonna drop in snacks.
Have you ever seen somebody try to walk the yard when they weren't allowed to? And that goes for everybody, not even just farmers, anybody that owes money or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that plenty of times. People that like they'll walk and then like word, because you know it's crazy, man. Look, one thing about TDC, man, it's a small world, man. Like you can't get away from nothing. Like you could go to a unit, you could be in South Texas and get shipped out to Amarillo. Somehow, some way, somebody, something, a bird is gonna fucking go over there and tell them like, hey, look, man, this guy did this, did that, and it just word spreads out quick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you witness anybody get smashed out for trying to walk the yard?
Yeah, I seen this Mexican mafia dude. He was an older dude too. He was like in his 40s maybe, like probably like late 40s. And like he was being stubborn, you know what I'm saying? And the Orejones, the Tango Orejon from San Antonio, they fell out of place and beat the fuck out of them in the rec yard.
Damn.
Yeah.
So was that one of the situations? Now was this in Wallace unit?
Yeah, it was in Wallace unit. I did my whole time there, my whole time.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So was this one of those times that no families were allowed to walk on the yard?
Yeah, well, around this time, like, see, after 2013, they couldn't walk. No families could have walked before that because I got there in 2011. So they were still kind of walking. But like I said, TS couldn't walk. But the Mexican Mafia was there, the PRMs.
Big 4L, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta bless me, bro. Come on, bro. Big 4L, bro. Come on, bro. Big 4L.
I mean, yeah, people get stabbed every now and then. People get hit with a hot pot. People get burnt with boiling water and shit like that every now and then. But like mostly it was just people fighting.
So you telling me some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
so let me ask you this, bro. What was the worst act of violence that you seen in there?
It was this really, cause man, this guy, his celly, they kind of got into it and like they fought or whatever, but they wasn't done yet. And like this motherfucker boils, cause we rigged the hot pots to make the water boil. This motherfucker boiled some water while he was asleep. And like, yeah, bro, he was asleep and like he boiled water And like, as soon as he boiled the water, he just threw it at him while he was asleep and burned him. He burned him.
Damn.
Yeah. He said he threw it at him, then he started hitting him. Well, you know.
On top of that, like he
like,
threw the boiling water on him and started beating on him. That's crazy. I can only imagine, bro, the guy was probably screaming, yelling, bro. Like,
I mean, I wasn't there, but like people was telling me, like one of my homeboys was there and he was like, yeah, bro, I talking about, cause it was like in the middle of the night. It was like at 2 in the morning. It was like right before breakfast time, cause it feels breakfast like around 3 a.m. But yeah, he just heard him yelling and like this fool just hitting him and like he was there for a minute, man, cause it was at night, like the COs, they're like, everybody's in their cell locked up. There ain't no movement in the day room except the exercise.
So was this a like an internal issue? Like it was.
It was like an internal issue. Okay. Yeah, cause like the rule we got over there at Wallace is that whatever problem you got with your cellie, that stays in the cell. You take care of that.
So now does that also apply if you have a black and Hispanic selling together?
Yeah.
So let's say if one guy's blasting, the other guy's cripping, they beef and they have a fight. Does that spew out into the rest of the yard?
It depends. I mean, if they fight and get it out the way, I mean, after that they're good. They're not. I mean, if they fight and they're, are we good? All right, boom, that's it.
Yeah.
But some people don't let it go, and then they try to start getting other people involved, and next thing you know.
So typically, based off all the stories I've heard, man, something like that usually ends up in a riot or a lineup. Have you ever seen a lineup, or have you ever been in a lineup?
No, I was never in a lineup.
When you saw the lineup for the first time, bro? You said you was already laced up. You kind of knew the rules, so you weren't too green. When you saw the first lineup, man, what was that like, bro? Like, how did that happen?
I mean, it was I think it was over something about the TV.
It's always something small, bro. It could be over a hot dog. Yeah.
Is it a hot dog?
It could be over.
Hey, you know what, bro? It's crazy, man. Somebody almost got their eye taken out over some applesauce, bro.
I believe it.
Yeah, cause it was this guy serving food at the chow hall, right? And as a matter of fact, a homeboy, his name, we call him P-Town. He's from Pasadena, Houston. Mm-hmm. He was a big old youngster though. He was like 20, like about 20 years old. Yeah, that fool was crazy. He my boy though, man. P-Town.
So how was you gonna take the guy's eye out?
Man, this is what happened. Well, he was in the line, right?
Take his eye out.
Cause he hit him. He just hit him good. But like, this is what happened though. He was getting his food, and the guy that was behind the line, he was like just serving the food. Like, man, it was applesauce, bro. Like, when I was in the kitchen, I was a kitchen worker like for a lot of years. I ended up becoming a cook, and like I didn't give applesauce. You want more? Like, fuck this shit ain't mine,
Nah, for real, yeah.
But this guy right here was like, cause he told, hey, let me get some more applesauce, and he was just like, hell nah. He was like, what? They tripping over some applesauce? He was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna look at you. Where you stay at? And he told him where he stayed at, bro. And like, but he didn't. But homeboy P-Town, he was like, I got you. I'm gonna come back, cause he was a kitchen worker too. Yeah. But he worked at lunch. So the next day, this fool came in early, and he was looking for him. And he was looking for his ass, like, and he found him. And he was like, "What's up, bro? I want to look at that shit, bro. You tripping, nah? You tripping over some bitch ass applesauce?" They go to the scullery, and they go to the scullery where they wash the cups and all that shit. And they got ready, bro. And like, this fool, the fool that was behind the line, he started swinging at him, but he was like going like this. P-Town just went back and just hit him with an uppercut, boom! And I'm talking about hit him right here in his eye. Talking about he spit all this shit, bro. Like he damn near took his eye out, bro. And over some fucking applesauce, man.
Over some applesauce, yeah.
And it's crazy because later on, like and P-Town ended up, they ended up getting in trouble for that. They shipped him off.
Yeah.
And the guy that got hit, he went to the hospital, and it's crazy because he ended up at the dorm where I was at.
Welcome back. It's a normal day, living live and not rich. Nigga pants down high, nigga need to die around this bitch.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, man. Old boy ended up pulling up to the dorm, right? When he came back from the hospital after the injury. And like, he even came back with a patch. He looked like a pirate. So I was like, damn. So, you know what I'm saying? One day we was chopping it up. And I told him, like, you know, I told him what happened, man. He told me everything that happened. He was like, man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I tripped out. I don't know why. I was tripping. I ain't giving no apples. I damn near lost my eye because of some applesauce.
It gets like that,
man.
He
ended up taking the patch off, and like, he had a big old scar right here under his eye. Like, I was like, dang, he didn't even look the same.
I guess like that, man. A lot of times people just get into situations or crash out over their ego.
Yeah, that's what it was. At the end of the day.
Yeah. So we talked about what's the worst thing you've seen. What's the worst violent thing that you've seen? What is something that you experienced or seen down there throughout your whole time in the penitentiary that really scarred you mentally and emotionally?
I mean, I've seen a lot of things, man. I mean, it wasn't just one thing. I just seen a lot. You know, I seen a lot of people get beat down. I know one specific. There's one specific one time I was cutting hair, and there was some dude that pulled up. It was a white boy. He was like part of a family or whatever. I really don't remember what it was. I think he was like a AB or something, but they couldn't walk the unit either. Well, right there in the dorm where I was at, like, there was white boys in there, but they weren't like still white. There were like, weren't no woods in there.
Yeah.
You know, and they were just regular ass. You know, they couldn't even sit at the tables. So white boys from another dorm fell out of place because they been told him you gotta leave, and he didn't leave. He didn't want to leave. He was young. He was like 22, 23.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave, and he was being stubborn. So like 3 white boys fell out of place to the wing. I remember I was right there cutting hair, and like I already knew what was gonna happen. You know, the homeboys laced me up like, hey man, these white boys finna come take care of this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and it's crazy because he was like right there nearby me, and like I was over there cutting hair, and I already knew what was gonna happen, so I just kept an eye out, make sure they don't fucking knock my shit down or whatever, because I had all my combs, because I was cutting hair with a comb. And next thing you know, man, they start hitting this dude. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting back. He was kind of little, but he was fighting back. But it was 3 big old white boys, and they was just hitting him, boom. And they fucking dropped it to the floor. They started kicking them and elbowing them and doing all kinds. They were jumping on them, they were hitting this fool with their knees, and like,
damn.
Yeah, they fucked them up bad. And then like that day we had a good shift, so the laws wasn't really paying attention. They was over there doing some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And shit, they beating the brakes out of them, man, till finally one of them seen, and then that's when they came and you know, got them, and oh boy, was fucked up, man. I'm talking about, yeah, like, I seen his head hit the floor a couple times, and they were hitting him. Like, one of them grabbed him and like grabbed his head and hit the head on the floor. You know, it's concrete,
yeah.
So they banging this shit on the floor, man. So like, I even seen like a little puddle of blood behind him. You know what I'm saying? He was already kind of unconscious. But they kept hitting him. Then the laws came in. They grabbed him. And like, he was just laying there, and I was right, like I said, it happened right in front of me, so I was just like, damn, they fucked him up, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that wasn't the only time. There was plenty of other times where I'd seen, you know, shit. I seen somebody get thrown out 2-row. I ain't never saw nobody get stabbed. I mean, people got stabbed, but I just never saw it with my own eyes, you know, somebody getting stabbed or whatever. But yeah.
So the guy that jumped off 2-row, man, did he end up dying, or did he?
Nah, he broke his arm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He landed sideways and he broke his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man, that you had to experience a lot of those things, man. You said you ended up doing 10 years, 8 months, all on the Wallace unit?
Yeah, most of it.
So how long you been out?
I've been out 4 years.
Okay, 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
How has that, let me ask you this. So first I'm gonna ask you, how has the last 4 years been for you? What are some of the resources that you feel like you lacked when you came home, or any kind of support, whether you had any at all, that you might have think that could have helped you?
I mean, I've always had support, you know, from my mother, you know, and then my father, rest in peace. Mm-hmm. You know, my father did time too back in the 90s, so he already knew how it was being incarcerated, so he'll send me money. Mm-hmm. But I know, like, when I got released, you know, luckily I was able to find a job. I was working at warehouses, stacking up, you know, boxes and trailers and stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, I mean, they had resources, like, really, I mean, they give you resources, like, as far as, like, you know, I got my ID and, you know, just the basic stuff, you know, I mean, there's help, man. They give you the resources, like the paperwork is just up to you to do it. But like, at the end of the day, I feel like if you're really trying to make it out here in the world, man, you really got to put that work in, because a lot of people come out here and they just expect handouts. And I've never been a guy that just sitting there expecting a handout. You know, if this program could have helped me out, I was out there looking for a job, you know, and thank God that, you know, with the work ethic I got, I was able to build relationships and I ended up getting jobs, and, you know, and I had a friend that owns a business. I ended up getting real cool with him, and I ended up working for him for like 2 years. And you know, he helped me out a lot, you know, and it's just all about coming out here and having the right mindset. Because a lot of people, I hate to say this, but a lot of people come out here and they're institutionalized. They're still stuck in the penitentiary. They don't want to come out here and actually like
be productive or anything.
Be productive, you know, and talk to regular people. Like, you know what I mean? Not everybody's been in jail, you know, so it's like you just got to get off that mentality, you know, and just adapt to the free world, man. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, that penitentiary shit, you gotta leave that shit behind, you know. You gotta adapt to the world, man. You're really trying to make it, man. And like you said, like I said, man, you know, we gotta have work ethic, you know, and it's harder for us because we're felons.
Yeah.
So you really gotta work extra hard.
So now, would you say that is the best advice that you could give somebody who's either on their way to prison, coming home, or maybe on that path?
Man, best advice I give, man, is, I mean, you know, everything looks cool, you know, the street life and, you know, having money and doing illegal activities. I mean, it looks cool because, I mean, I lived it, you know, I experienced it, but at the end of the day, it's like you don't get nothing out of it. You know, I lost all my youth in prison, you know, all my 20s, I was incarcerated. I didn't get to, you know, I didn't really, you know, I missed out on a lot, you know what I'm saying? My little brothers, you know, they graduated from high school, they went to college. I missed all of that, you know what I'm saying? You know, and, you know, all my friends, you know, they end up having families and children, and like, I missed all that, you know, and like when I got out, it's like I had to start all over because I didn't have nothing when I got out but the clothes in my bag. But thankfully, my mother helped me out, you know, she gave me a place to stay. And you know, I had family members. My brother helped me out. You know, that helped. You know, but like I was saying, man, like, man, before y'all pull the trigger, before y'all steal the car, before y'all shoot somebody or anything that has to be illegal, man, like, just think about it, man, because I mean, you might not get lucky. You might end up getting 60 years, you know, and that life ain't what's up, man. You know, it looks cool in the movies. It looks cool because somebody out here and they all tatted up and they're like, yeah, I've been to prison. But like a lot of them dudes ain't even do a lot of time. You know, people that really done time is like, they'll tell you too, like, that shit ain't what's up. And like, especially like if you out here shooting people and like you ain't really like, really about that life, man, just leave that shit alone, man. Because when they're gonna test you. If you ain't about that life, man, they're gonna see right through you, and you're gonna go through hell, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But other than the penitentiary talk, what do you have going on today for yourself?
Well, I got my company. I'm an owner, CEO of Easily Influenced Productions. I'm a music producer. I've been doing music since I was young, but I'm actually pursuing it now. And then me and Proverb on the mic, you know, we're finna drop an album. We're finna start dropping singles. And I'm also a truck driver. I ended up getting my CDL last year. You know, everything's going good. You know, I've been, you know, I mean, good things been coming, man. You also gotta have faith. You know, you gotta be, you know, I'm a firm believer in God, you know, so I feel like he's providing a lot for me. I just got to keep going the right path, doing the right thing, having integrity, you know what I mean? Yeah. And just, you know, just trying to live a better life, you know?
That's what's up, man. Glad to hear all those good things about you, man, and that you're going in the right direction. And that's the whole purpose of the platform. We want to make sure that we give people the opportunity to express themselves, talk about, what they went through, and also inspire other people who have gone through the same situation, who they can relate to, and see you prospering, seeing you being creative, seeing you being a productive member of society, and just turning your back on that life of crime or hustling, chasing fast money, girls, and all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, most definitely, I'm glad things are going good for you. Before we wrap this up, man, is there anybody that you'd like to give a special thanks to or a shout out?
Man, I mean, there's too many people I want to thank, but I just want to shout out to everybody, man. Everybody that's been with me since the beginning, like the people that's been there with me. And then of course my family, my brothers, my mother, especially my mother, she's helped me out a lot. So, but the person that's gonna get the one that's gonna get the most thanks is God. You know what I'm saying? Really? Without Him, ain't nothing possible. So yeah. That's
what's up, man. I appreciate your time, man. I'm looking forward to all the big projects you got coming out. I'm looking forward to all your collaborations with artists and producers out in California, man. You're doing your thing. So keep it up, man. Keep giving us some of that good music, man. Guys, this is episode 5, Outside Looking In. I am your host, Mr. Spider Goodfella, live and direct with the homie EzthePro, Oldies Dallas Finest, man. Y'all, make sure that you like the content, subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell, that notification, so that you're updated as soon as the next episode drops. Stay tuned, man.
Outside Looking In.
Let's go.
Tap in.
Well, everybody, I am Mr. Spider Goodfella. I am the host of Outside Looking In, and I just want to wrap up this video. Big up to EzthePro, man. He's a very talented individual out of Dallas, Texas, and he's definitely going places. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, I ended up interviewing him right after Proverb, because these guys are a dynamic duo, right, man? It's crazy that they were both on different paths in the penitentiary and ended up finding each other somewhere in the middle, and are now combining their talents and craft and creating something and chasing their dreams. Because sometimes the people, the places, and those things that you get into are exactly what leads you back into that place. So, guys, when you get out, be productive, find something that works for you, and I guarantee you have that hope, you have that faith, God will get you through it. I am Spider Goodfella. This is another episode of Outside Looking In. Make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like, you comment, engage, and that's the only way the channel will grow if you guys support it. Big ups, peace, love, and blessings, and remember, always thank God in all things and all circumstances.